Hi and welcome to the Phatboy Tim Diaries Part 2 with me, Phatboy Tim. I've got a severe case of man flu, as you can tell by my voice, and also it was a late night last night, but I got up really early to see a friend of mine here at the Gifted Workshop. His name's Daff. He does a lot of good work with a lot of creative people and also a lot of training, and I'm here today to learn how to DJ. Yeah, so like I said, I'm here at the Gifted Workshop with my friend Daff. Hi Daff.
Hello, hello, how are you?
Welcome to the Phatboy Tim Diaries.
Thank you very much.
Part 2.
Nice to be here.
No, we just want to ask you a couple of questions and get your take on things, with you being the older man that I know that's a DJ.
Nice to point that out, yeah.
Other than us.
Special birthdays, yeah.
So really, what got you into DJing?
Breakdancing, believe it or not. Music, breakdancing, electro music. There was a place, I'm originally a Welshman, so Newport was my stomping ground back in South Wales, and there was a roller rink there called Roxy Roller Rink down in Newport, and just remembering all the memories, sorry. But I was a terrible dancer, terrible break dancer, and for some reason I got into this break dancing. I always used to go on school trips and buy the electro albums, whether it was on cassette or whether it was on vinyl and things. And I got invited down to Newport once and went on a bus with a load of lads, and I used to do this basically like a miniature crazy legs and then just fall on my back and do like a 5-pointed star. So they always used to throw me in first and then laugh at me, and everybody, oh, I could do better than that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they jump in, they do a bit of a dance, and I thought I sort of stood back, and I couldn't compete after that because everybody else sort of took the role on, like, and just competed against each other. So there's nothing for me to do apart from watch, but that's all I heard is like what we got on now is just music in the background. I thought, well, where is that and where's it coming from and what's going on? And I noticed the DJ up in the top, sort of right or left hand corner of the club, and just went up and started watching him, and then he just started introducing me to different acts, different artists, and different mixes and vinyl, and sort of moved on from there. Done a couple of rugby clubs, and because that's all it was in Wales at the time, like. And from there, just sort of moved on, and that's why I got into music. So
yeah, fair enough.
Little story.
Little story. Well, the next one I was going to ask you is, when did you first realise that you were a professional DJ?
A professional DJ? Well,
because that's always the hardest one for me, is people say, when did you realise you were a professional DJ? And for me, most of the time it was like, what, I'm a professional?
Exactly. Even today, it's kind of hard to accept, because when you do something that you enjoy, the hardest thing is it used to be a hobby, so when you first started it was a hobby. Yeah. And when your hobby becomes your job, that's when you sort of, you don't look at it as work, you just start enjoying going, getting up every day and doing what you're doing. It's still hard because you've got to go out there and you've got to find a wage and things, but when you enjoy what you're doing, it's a lot easier, you know what I mean? Yeah. But when I first, I mean, if you speak to my parents, they still tell me to get a proper job now, you know what I mean?
That sounds familiar.
But yeah, it's first time, I suppose, when I sort of set up my own nightclub, really. And I could see the sort of income that could be made from running a nightclub and bringing in various acts and things like that. That's when he sort of looked on it and thought, yeah, that's, you know, this can go somewhere. So musically, perhaps sort of 90, 99, 98, 99, 2000, that sort of era. Yeah. So yeah, but I've been DJing 23 years now coming up, so man and boy. So yeah, I just love music. Obviously,
you found another outlet with music with the Gifted Workshop.
That's right.
So how did that come about?
It came about, I mean, I worked in a record shop for 11 years, so that's where my musical knowledge comes from. So when I was working in the record shop, you've seen so many changes coming about. You've seen vinyl wasn't selling as much, people were moving away from it, people were starting to play CDs, the new technology, CDJs came out. And then there was this sort of MP3 which came around, and people were like, well, we're not sure of it, but it was the quality more than anything. And the MP3 side of things now, people don't want a product anymore. They don't want to buy a vinyl record with a sleeve. Well, they do want to buy that, but there's a very small minority of people that want to buy that. It's not about storage more than anything now. People don't want to store things. They don't want to pull things out and show people that they've got a mobile phone. You know, that's it, mate. That's what I own. Yeah. So it's completely changed. You know what I mean? They just want an MP3. Music's become throwaway, really. One minute is in favour, the next minute is out. So me myself, I'll still buy CDs and I'll still buy vinyl. I love that. I love having a product in my hand. I love seeing the artwork. All that's been lost, really, by the MP3 side of things. But I just sort of seen how things were moving on through the love of music. music, I love technology.
Yeah.
When I first moved to Stoke-on-Trent, which I am now, or Staffordshire based, I came away to university, so that's why I ended up in Stoke-on-Trent. But I came away to do a design degree, so a product design degree. So basically, I should be designing things like this: products, cars, bolts, screws, nuts, watches, whatever.
That's your proper job.
As my proper job, according to my parents, yeah. So, but I can't do a 9 to 5 job. Being in an office, being in 4 walls, time after time, is it's just monotonous, and I just feel constricted. Basically, I've got to get out from there, meet people, and that's the type of person I am. I couldn't find that sort of work. The only way you can find that sort of work is by doing things yourself. So I just sort of put 2 and 2 together and done a bit of brainstorming with some friends, and they said, look, the best thing for you to do is just go with what you know, and your passion will show through. And every time I meet somebody, everybody I basically go and sell the business to, they just say to me, you know, the amount of passion that you've got for what you're doing is just unbelievable. So, you know, they take me on to do like a taster session, and from there, sort of, it snowballs. Yeah.
Because I do know you do a lot of work with a variety of people.
That's right.
From kids to kids of all ages, like me.
Right the way through. I mean, we do private lessons from the studio. That's starting to snowball again. That's doing really well. We also work with disabled children. We work with disabled adults. We work with various educational, non-educational establishments. We work with the police. We work everybody basically. Yeah. Everybody and anybody is the best way of describing it. I don't want to pigeonhole what we do, because it, like you say, music crosses over those many genres, and that's exactly what we're about.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's all good.
So next, the greatest thing that's going to be in your career is trying to teach me.
Trying to teach you how to DJ? Oh no way. How much time we got?
Right, so it's time for me to learn something new. I've got a Welshman teaching me tractor.
Tractor. Go like this.
Like this.
That's right, I'm ready to the one now. Very good, very good. Okay, if we move your control up, which is basically your slider. At the top we've also got games on, they're actually called games on here. Sometimes they're called trims, sometimes games. So you can see this on the screen, you can see your gain is turned down there. So if you start to turn that gain up, there is an actual shortcut. If you push it down, it should go straight to the middle. That's it. So if we start reducing the level on the left hand side, that's it.
No, he hasn't told me that bit yet. Right, that's it. It's time for dinner. So, thanks a lot for that, Dan.
No problem, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
No problem.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
And hopefully, see you again soon in the future when you're a multi-millionaire with the gifted workshop and all that. Just remember, the biggest advertising you ever had was the Phatboy Tim Diaries.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
See you later. Thank you.
See ya.